It's 2025.
It is 2025.
Started Dabbling Duo in 2024, and we finished with a bang. We finished our filming with a bang.
You said bang. We wanted to finish with a bang.
We'll get to that.
There's an inside story for that.
But we had a lot in 2024.
Yeah.
I mean, we started way back with the Car in the Creek video.
Yes. That was our first one. It was kind of like, let's just go do this thing. You told me all about it. I was all in because that's the kind of stuff that I've always loved to do. And how excited were we to find out that that car was still there?
I hadn't been there in so long. I thought it was great. And I still don't know why it's there. And
No, that's the mystery, right?
Right.
It wasn't just that there was a car there, but it got there somehow.
So today's video is an update about all of our 2024 videos.
Yes.
So what about this Car in the Creek? Should we go back to the creek and try to get a camera into the creek and see if there's a license plate there, if there's a locked treasure box in the trunk that's rusted away by now that it's got a bunch of money in it.
Don't say that. Nah, I won't be able to stop thinking about it. The thing about it, Todd, this is where our
audience
our viewers can participate, right? So we're going to go through a series of our videos and talk about them. This being number one, right?
Yeah.
Is it worth us going back? Is it even interesting to anybody else?
This video didn't get a lot of views.
No.
If you have not seen this video, please go back and watch it. Yeah, it was in our early days. It was our first one. Ben's actually gone back and re-edited, I think, a little bit, added a few things, made it even better. It was
It's fun. I had a blast.
It was an experience. Going out there, remember we saw the witch in the tree? And it's worth checking out.
So we went out there, and I don't know if we were expecting to actually be able to get on the property. We just decided to knock on the neighbor's door. And we're like, that was the plan.
He's like, there's no car back there in the creek. You can go back there and look, but there's not one back there.
Yeah. We were like, yeah, we think there's a car back there. And he had no idea.
But guess what? There was a car back there.
Yes.
That's right.
The fun part was knocking on the door and letting him know.
Yes, that there was a car back there, and
couldn't get around as much, so he probably wasn't able to get back there.
He was at least in a wheelchair, and that's part of that's family property. He's part of the family that owns that property.
So I was glad to be able to tell him that. And
I will add this though: we did contact a librarian out there in that county, and she did some research. Not only did she do some research at the library, she spoke to some people in the community about that, and she tried to find us any history on that car. She was unable to. So it's a heck of a mystery.
Yes. And those are the things we want to talk about, because we also do research in the background, and Todd's really good about that. And trying to find out more about the things that we do, and it doesn't always come across in the video. And
we always do a lot of background. We always know the places that we're going and what we're looking at. But this one was really tough.
Yeah.
Which is why we reached out to the librarian. And she was awesome. She did a lot of work.
And the thing about this, just going into this and scoping out the area, you could tell there might have been a utility road there. Maybe when they...
Or maybe even just a real road. Who knows?
Yeah. Maybe when they built the railroad, that's what they used.
Right.
But there was no access now. There's no road now.
Nothing even close.
But you can imagine someone driving a car down those railroad tracks. And then, for whatever reason.
Maybe there's a train coming.
And they're on the bridge.
Yes.
Yeah, so you could come up with a lot of different scenarios of why they got there. Maybe they were trying to ditch the car.
I do still think the car was from the 30s or 40s. I don't know for sure. But just from what I remember
like you said, in the 80s, it was old.
Right.
Already.
Yes, for sure. So we're looking 60, 70 years. Who knows?
Yeah.
Maybe more.
I don't know how long it takes for a car in a creek to dissolve.
Basically deteriorate all the way. Yeah, dissolve is a good way to put it.
It's really cool the way the creek goes back and then joins up to where this bridge was in the railroad tracks. And the fact that you had stories of fishing back there and you knew about this place. I think we all have something from our past. Like we said in the video, it's just... you remember that one thing, and that's all we really kind of wanted to get across. and ask you, what is that one thing in your past, in your childhood? What was it, that big mystery? I've got quite a few that are similar to that, or like just has that vibe, right?
Right.
But it takes you back there, and you're just that wonder. And I'm glad that you brought it, to the table as our inaugural video.
It really, I know it was our first video, but it really ranks high on my favorite experiences. Not necessarily in the video that we put out, but in recording it and going out there and experiencing. It ranks right up at the top.
I wish my childhood, I called it the No Woods, was still around. And part of it is, but they built houses in that forest, and there was old trees and an old abandoned building back there. And
you told me about that. I don't remember if that was in the video, but you did tell me about that, and
it takes me right back.
Times. Yeah.
And I labeled it the No Woods because they're really
Maybe we should go see if it's still there.
There might be. I don't know.
Maybe something for a future video. Who knows?
Yep.
The Hannah House.
The Hannah House. It has a really cool story. It's got really
the history's
nice
fantastic.
history.
The thing about it is the history's solid, right?
Yeah.
We know a lot of the history. There are some parts of history that we're kind of sketchy on.
Yes.
But there's a lot of solid history there that we know about the family, we know about the owners, we know about certain things of the history that are concrete. Mm-hmm. That's always fun when you're going into a place and there's certain things that you know for sure are there.
Yeah. Yeah.
And with the Hannah House, the history's rich, the paranormal's rich, which we obviously love the paranormal, right?
Yeah.
But we love the history too. And the building itself, the grounds, it needs a lot of work, but it's so cool.
Yeah.
It is just so cool.
Yeah.
And beautiful.
We know these old buildings are not going to be around if we don't take the effort to restore them and care for them. And of course,
I hate to see these old buildings go dilapidated and then end up abandoned and then end up falling down, and they're nothing but ruins, and that's terrible.
It's our community, it's our parents, it's our grandparents, and everyone else,
ancestry, basically all the way down the line,
that have enjoyed these places, and a lot of the times it could be enjoyed for centuries to come if we just take the time. Look at the 1,000-year-old structures and buildings that are still there because there's a concerted effort to maintain that history
and save it. You have to save it, and that's so important.
I think it's worthwhile,
right?
So that's what we're here to, just like enjoy it, right?
But like you were talking about earlier with the Hannah House, when we first brought the paranormal picnic, it was back then it was the paranormal picnic. We brought that to the Hannah House to help with that, right?
Yeah.
To help kind of boost the Hannah House as well as bringing in the paranormal community together at the time.
And that's the thing, is the paranormal picnic was designed for a place for paranormal enthusiasts to come together and enjoy,
right?
And talk about their experiences and their methodologies and basically goals and aspirations.
And what they've done with it now. I mean, we were there the day of the new paranormal picnic, which now it's a paranormal festival, right?
Yeah.
And they have all these vendors, and it is so big now. And Allie and Olivia and the people along with the Hannah House, they do such a great job putting this thing together.
Yeah.
But it's a full year's work putting that together. But it's so worth it.
You know what? You started off in a park.
It did.
So what better way to celebrate the paranormal than go to a reportedly
haunted
location.
Right.
And then also double as an effort to raise awareness about that place.
And money for that place.
Yes.
You raise the funds for that place so they can help bring it back to life and really continue with the history that's there and just keep pushing it on so that new people can learn about it.
They've got a good thing going, and if you're ever...
Younger people, I should say.
Yeah. Just in the southeast corner of Indianapolis.
Yep.
And I would say check it out. It's a really interesting place.
They have public tours, I think, on Sundays and throughout the year,
events
different
and
times.
different things. I think they do weddings and some other
things. Oh, that's right.
there.
They do. They rent it out for things.
I say the more people know about it, just the better it is for them.
It's a fantastic place. Just check it out. It's worth it.
Yep. So we're very appreciative of them letting us come on and film and checking out the entire place. So it was awesome.
Maybe we should ghost hunt there sometime.
We could.
On the show.
Oh.
Maybe.
It's always an option.
Who knows? Indiana State Sanatorium.
Oh my gosh.
This place is huge. Huge. Steve, first of all, I have to say, Steve was our guide.
That knew so much about everything.
Oh my gosh. The dude is just full of knowledge about the place.
Yeah.
And stories, not only historical stories, but paranormal stories and even the criminal stories of people breaking in and trespassing. It was fantastic.
So the place is huge. And like you said, so not only did we get an opportunity to see this beautiful, beautiful campus of historical old buildings, old hospital, school, all of it.
The manor house or whatever they call it there.
The power plant.
Mm-hmm.
All of this history where you could just see people's names still written on mail bins and the walls. And when we were there, so many things came out of this. Not only did we investigate this, so when we were there, we were in a distance. We were coming across the field, and we saw a gentleman, an older gentleman, that was with an old-timey camera. And being
really old camera. Had the tripod up, had the hood over the head kind of thing going on. He had this really old camera set up. And of course, Ben loves cameras.
Yes.
So
yes.
He's like, I got to talk to this guy.
So I took a beeline to this guy.
Yes, you did.
And struck up a conversation. And who was it?
Turns out it was Alan from the Delphi.
It was Alan from Delphi Opera House.
Delphi Opera House, that's right.
And he's part owner of the gallery there. And
Yes.
he's a photographer. So we were just talking about his gear there. And then he asked us what we were doing. And we told him. And then it just kind of... It fit perfectly. He said, invited us to Delphi, Indiana,
right,
to come see the Opera House,
right, which comes up a little bit later.
Yeah. And this is why we do these things. And we said this, like, you just meet so many interesting people just by perchance. And it was exactly what we do, is go into these old places and check them out.
Ben, you said even before we started, you said once we get started on this, we're going to meet people and it's going to open up doors that you won't believe.
Yeah.
And you're so right. It certainly did. Because not only did we meet Alan and get access to that, but the owner of Indiana State Sanatorium, which was a fantastic place, tells us to come over and check out Billy Creek Village for the Belagarth.
Billy Creek Village in Rockville, Indiana is a place. Fantastic. We talk about this, and they've brought all these historical buildings at one point or another from the 60s on up.
Even before that,
Move these buildings into this area, so they call it the Billy Creek Village. Mm-hmm. And it's like a little town there.
Which apparently way back in like the 70s and 80s, it was this like community where you could go in and you could shop. And they had different vendors in there that were like arts and crafts people or I don't know, maybe like farmers market kind of thing with all these different historical buildings.
People came from all around to come see this.
It was very popular.
And they're trying to get it back to that, like that same idea, right? That way that they can preserve these buildings. There's a lot of history. I mean, these are like 1800s.
Right.
So these aren't new buildings at all. These have historical significance.
Yes.
And so they invite us there, but it's a perfect place for a festival or a big event. And guess what also that they run?
The owner of Indiana State Sanatorium, who's also running Billy Creek Village, also runs this huge group that they call Belagarth.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Which in the episode, I think I was having trouble pronouncing it, and I think I said Belagrath at one point, but it's Belagarth. Right?
And I think we called it Bofferlarp, but I think we had some fans correct us. It's Bopperlarp.
Bopperlarp, okay.
I think that's what it is. I'll be corrected again if I'm wrong.
It's a different group of people that they dress up. Armor,
they pick a theme really for their team.
Right. I wouldn't say there's any one specific thing. Everybody has their own thing.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And they have clans or they have different groups.
They call them, it's a team essentially, and they have their own rules and for entry into their their family, essentially.
Right. Like, there was these battles. Right?
Oh, yeah.
They do these huge battles that are just...
And let me tell you, I took drone footage. We took regular footage, but it does not do it justice.
It does not.
There was over 1,000 people there, and everywhere you went, I mean, we were looking around. If you watch the video, we're like looking this way and that way, because you look over here, there's people fighting. You look over there, there's people fighting. We couldn't capture it all on video, especially with our small setup.
There's one point that I don't even think it made the video, but during one of the big battles, I'm holding 2 cameras, and I'm trying to do this and get both. I don't think any of it made it.
I'm sorry, Todd. It didn't.
Okay. It's okay.
But it was it was
I was
really
probably
funny.
doing this too much. It was probably terrible filming.
I was looking at the footage, and you would see one camera in the other, and I'd switch to the other one, and then suddenly the other one's in the other.
I was following the action, dude.
And really it didn't matter, but it was fun. Our cameras weren't really designed to really capture that as well as...
Especially one person doing all of it, because you were running the drone at the time.
I was running the drone.
And it was just us two out there.
But you know what? We could not talk about this.
Well, before you get into that, let me say this.
Yes.
The thing about Bellegarth, we met some of the best people.
Yes.
These people in these communities, it was fantastic. They were so welcoming. Everything from the very first lady that we met that walked us all the way in to see Greg and get us approved to come in and do our filming and everything. She was super cool. Everything from her to the person that described to us the battles and the different weapons and all they had. All these people were fantastic.
It was amazing.
And we started on this.
Yeah.
We started on this by talking about the Indiana State Sanatorium, right? So
yeah.
The owner of the Indiana State, Greg and his people, and Steve and all those people, they're fantastic as well. They're absolutely great. And that's how we ended up not only getting to visit and enjoy the Indiana State Sanatorium, but we ended up over at Belly Creek Village, where we were at Bellegarth.
I think we were told before that there was a famous YouTuber that was going to be there that day, that whole week.
He's a famous YouTuber from Japan.
Yes. So I actually went to Japan 2 years ago, and I was in a couple of the cities there. So when we found out there was going to be a Japanese YouTuber, I was pretty excited about that, right? And I was on the lookout because I figured it might be easy to spot, some of these guys.
It's going to be pretty easy to spot, and it was pretty easy to spot them once they got there.
And we did. We saw them, and then suddenly their whole crew wanted to interview us. And we didn't feel like we had a lot to say, but they were. So it turns out this YouTuber,
who gets millions of views, by the way.
Yeah,
this guy's huge.
We're so
huge.
Small fry compared to them. So he was spending a week at the sanatorium.
He was living there for a week.
Yes.
He was by himself. He was living in one of the buildings at Indiana State Sanatorium.
He had so many experiences and fun some scary encounters, let me tell you.
Right, yeah.
So they were filming this whole time. They asked me for my drone footage.
Ben did take drone footage of the whole battle, including the Japanese YouTuber who got out there in the battle himself.
Yes.
And he's fighting with these people. He's not part of any of this community, but he's out there doing it.
Yeah.
He's doing barrel rolls.
And they were like, we need to film this as part of their adventure in the United States, right?
Right.
So when they met up with us and we were filming and they were filming, they were just like started interviewing us about, because we had been at the sanatorium the weekend before, right?
Yes. In fact, I was wearing the Indiana State Sanatorium shirt, and he kept saying, "That's my house.
That's my house.
That's my house."
He knew a few English words, and that was one.
That was about it. That's my house was about it.
So
he was a very cool guy, though. He was very cool. From what we talked to them, they were very open. They were very nice people.
So when I ended up editing the video, I had originally had a piece in there showing them in the video. It was all ready to go, and they asked me to take that down. I had just released it.
Because what we didn't know when you were editing... is this was not public knowledge in Japan that he was even in the United States.
I had no idea, and they were trying to keep this a secret from all millions of fans.
But we didn't know that at the time.
And he's sitting here. I was about to blow the whistle on the whole thing, and they were
so
freaking
Ben gets
out.
this message. Take that down.
And it was like within minutes. So I took it down. I re-edited the video.
So you guys didn't get to see parts of that.
Yeah.
But what we thought they were doing, we thought they were filming for his YouTube channel. But they were actually making a movie.
They were making a movie that was to be released in theaters in Osaka, Tokyo, and Kyoto was it. I think those were the three. So
we even got the trailer of the video.
Yeah. So when I found out there was a trailer. Okay. So I was watching for this. I knew it was coming out. But since we had been interviewed, I said, Todd, there's no way. There's no way they're putting us in. We had nothing good to say.
In fact, I said the wrong information. If you remember later, I'm like, I said the wrong thing. I was like saying Hay in a House.
We were on the spot, you know, and that's funny is like we put everybody else on the spot doing our videos and everything, but it was they turned on
the tables on us.
And so Todd made a factual
error for sure. I'm talking about Hay in a House information when they were asking about Indiana State Sanatorium.
I said there's zero chance they're going to use any of this footage of us. We're ridiculous. We're such small fry people. And
well, they like the hat.
The trailer came out. Watched the trailer and guess who's in it? I was like, Todd, we're in the freaking thing. So then I come to find out. So my stepdaughter actually was living in Japan. She had just come home right before all of this went down. And I was having her look in at this trailer, and I was like, what is a trailer? I thought this was going to be a video or whatever, right?
Well, and she's fluent in Japanese, right? Yeah. So she speaks and reads Japanese.
So she watched the trailer and she said, this is actually a film. And they're selling tickets in these three cities. And I was like, what are you talking about? Oh my God. Because we still didn't know it was going to be a full feature length. Well, anyway, we looked it up on the website. It was sold out months in advance because they have millions of fans in Japan. We watched it. So she watched it with us and was translating a lot of it.
Please tell me that what we said is not what they translated in Japanese.
So here is my best impression, and if you're Japanese, I apologize so very much. But Todd starts talking, and they show him, and he's talking, and you hear this voice, this deep guttural, like samurai Japanese voice, and she was telling me what they were saying, and it was completely
different.
Nothing about what we were saying. They just wanted the image. Yes. They just wanted to see.
They wanted the hat. I'm telling you, they wanted the hat.
I'm glad they did. Go for it. You know.
Yes. I just thought that was funny. It was a great experience, awesome. Though. Meeting them was fantastic. They're people. So he was such a celebrity that he actually had a team of people that was handling him.
Yes. Yeah.
And he had a lady there that was like.
By the way, I'm wearing my.
Oh, you're wearing one of your shirts from Japan.
That I got in Japan.
Yeah. But the lady that was his handler, kind of his translator. Yeah. She was fantastic. She was so cool. And at one point, we're out there. Now, keep in mind, when Bella Garth is happening, we're out there filming this festival. It is hot.
Yes.
I mean, it was one of the hottest days of the year. Yeah. Everybody's sweating like crazy. And they had drone issues. Yeah. And she comes up to me and she's like, I need Ben. We need to fix our drone. So I had to go run in and find Ben to help him come over and help them get their drone back up and working or whatever. But they were awesome people. They were so cool.
So nice.
They were. They were what I would think you would see from Japan. I mean, I have a little bit of experience in the international field, and when I meet people from Japan are always top notch in terms of mannerisms, respectfulness, and all that stuff. So it didn't surprise me at all.
We could learn a lot from them.
Yes,
honestly.
we could.
But
it was fantastic.
She was awesome. They were awesome, and we were just happy. We're minor celebrities, in Japan. So.
That's right. So
Don't forget that.
If you haven't seen the Belagarth video, go check it out. Yeah. There's also some good fight scenes in there. We met some really cool people that did some cool fight scenes in that as well. So good times.
And Swooping Man. That's still There's Jay right there.
There's Jay right there.
We let me tell you, when we started doing this, I knew it was going to be fun. Well, everything we do, Todd and I.
When Jay first told me about the story, I'm like, oh, we got to do this. This is going to be great.
Well, that's the thing about this. How did we get? Can you tell the story? How did we even got?
I was just talking to Jay about our videos, and he was watching our videos, and he's like, well, we've known Jay for years from the paranormal world, and he's like, well, did I ever tell you about Swooping Man? And I was like, the hell is Swooping Man? No, you didn't tell me about Swooping Man. Tell me about Swooping Man. And you had come over because we were getting ready to go to Belagarth.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You had come over so we could prep for going to Belagarth.
Yes, I was. Yeah.
And I was telling you about this, and you're like, well, let's call him. And so we called him.
We didn't waste any time. We're going to call him. It was like 11 at night.
Right. It was like 11 o'clock at night, and he tells us the whole story. We're like, well, we got to set this up and redo it.
We're like, are you kidding us? How long have we known you? And now?
Now you tell us? Now you bring up Swooping Man?
So, Jay,
no more of that.
No, but the timing was good, though. But it actually worked out.
Well, earlier in this video today, I said, the Car on the Creek video was one of my favorites to film.
Yes.
This one right here is my favorite in terms of our experience of going out in the field and filming this. This was so awesome. Well, check out that while we're talking about this.
Well, look, we've got Jay's.
We do have Jay's painting. He sent it to us.
He's so
nice.
This
is a gift from Jay to add to my paranormal corner.
Swooping Man 2024. Look at that.
And that's just a painting of what Jay witnessed. So,
right there.
In this video, we talk about the Swooping Man. We interview Jay, obviously, what we're doing here.
Yep.
We talked to Deb Cobble on the phone on our way up. And Deb was awesome.
So Deb has written books, articles. She's run paranormal websites. She's from Kokomo, Indiana, or lives in the area there.
She was an investigator for MUFON at one point.
Yes.
She was an investigator with MRIPA at one point, which is a paranormal investigation.
Years ago, I was involved with a paranormal radio show, and she was one of our guests. So when we just heard about the Swooping Man at Kokomo, I immediately thought about her.
Yes.
Because she's experienced and uncovered so many stories and legends in the Kokomo area.
Which is just full of stories. Kokomo is just loaded.
Weird Kokomo is a thing. And I thought, well, if anyone's heard about the Swooping Man, it's going to be Deb Cobble. And she never heard of it. Had no idea. Like, yet another story coming out of that region that's just strange. High strangeness over there.
Right.
Now, there is someone that I actually was able to interview on another podcast recently.
Never mind. Go on.
So
keep going.
He does the Great Lakes. He has a book, The Great Lakes Mothman.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Which is the closest thing I'd say the Swooping Man could be related to.
If you've seen pictures of Mothman and you see these pictures, you maybe think
could be Mothman.
Maybe the same thing. But when you hear the actual descriptions of what Jay says, what he experienced, and what other people have experienced, it is completely different.
It is different.
It's very similar, but it's different.
The thing about it is, the Mothman has red eyes, looks like a big moth or something, right? And Jay's description is this is a man.
More humanoid.
Yeah.
Certainly more humanoid.
Has clothes.
Yes. Not red eyes.
No. Looks like this dude here.
Yeah, looks like that guy.
He actually has some pretty good chiseled features here. If you look.
I noticed that, right?
Good job, Jay.
Makes me think of Dracula.
I mean, look at his hairstyle. Like, that I guess it's slicked back there.
50s and 60s hairstyle, maybe.
But no, we appreciate Jay with having the illustration or the painting. But let me tell you, I was excited because I've never heard anything like that, especially here in Indiana. and to be able to be so close to it, we're immediately, we're like, we're going to go see this. We called Jay up. We're going to go to the location. So
in fact, our original hope was to get Jay here when we went out there, but we weren't able to make that happen.
He's in a different state, so it just didn't work out. So we traveled ourselves to go over there, and I had a lot of fun. This field here, I don't know if you could see that on there, but this field was amazing to see. It was just your classic.
And if you look all the way across that field, on the other side, if you've seen the video, you'll know. On the other side is the house where Jay was living, and that's where he experienced it from the yard.
Yes.
So we're at the other side from where Jay experienced it.
He painted this white pile right there, right?
Yep.
Because it was in his story, and he talked about it. It's a detail that I appreciate that he put in here. We found it.
Yes.
We saw it.
Yes.
So we knew where his perspective was the whole time. So everything in his story checked out as far as like the description of the area, of the cemetery, the woods in there. We looked at all of that. We got the drone up. We were able to see all that. It was
the drone
fun.
Footage was awesome.
Came out great. And I would
we didn't see Swooping Man.
We did not. But we didn't go into the woods, though.
We did not. We did not go in the woods.
He could have been looking at us the whole time.
He might have been. Might have been spying on us. But
what else did we do, though?
Well, so
we didn't talk about this in the video.
So during Jay's description of his story, he said that his brother and his brother's friend had experienced this and had come riding their bicycles down the road, freaking out about this thing, right?
Yep.
Well, his brother's friend still lives in the area, and he actually owns a pizza shop.
Yes.
So we're going to the pizza shop and see if we can track down his friend.
I'll eat some pizza.
Sure, yeah.
And go talk about this.
It's actually really good pizza, too.
Yeah.
So we went to the pizza shop, and his brother's friend was not there. His brother, by the way, we did try to get his brother.
Yeah.
We were not able to get a schedule on with his brother because of his work schedule. We did not get to talk to him.
Yeah.
But his brother's friend owns this pizza shop. So we went to the pizza shop that his brother's friend owns. And he wasn't there, but his son was. So we get to talking to his son while we're eating pizza, which was, again, very good.
Yes.
His son tells us that his dad, who was Jay's brother's friend, had an accident when he was younger.
Yeah.
And did not remember anything from before he was like 21 or 22 years old.
Which is heartbreaking. We talked to his son.
We did talk to his son.
That was his son.
Yep.
And here's the thing about doing this, right, Todd? I mean, this is kind of an old school detective work. Right?
Gumshoe. They call this gumshoe.
Yeah.
You know, getting out there in the field, talking to people.
And it's harder and harder to find people who do this kind of thing, or are willing to go out in the field and talk to people, because we're so connected online, but not
it's so electronic now,
and not personal. So it's just a really interesting feeling to go and actually speak to people. And
well, even his son had all kinds of different stories about the area, and was just an interesting guy to talk to.
You can learn so much from people
just talking to them.
Yeah.
Face to face, talking to them.
It's incredible. And he was a younger guy and ready to talk about anything and everything.
Yeah, as soon as he found out who we were and what we were doing, he's like, yeah, I'll talk to you guys.
So welcoming, real tiny town.
Oh, yeah, tiny town.
Super tiny. They had like a cross street.
Right, exactly. I'm not even sure they had a light. It might have been a flasher.
It's a pizza place, a liquor store, a gas station.
Yeah. We hit the pizza place, and we did go into the liquor store, actually. But we were talking to people, and we talked to the lady at the liquor store. We asked her about if Swooping Man. We didn't say, have you seen Swooping Man? But we described, have you ever seen anything weird in the area and things like that. And that's the thing. Is talking to people face to face is one of the things that we do on this show. And it's been great.
We have to do the field work, and I think that's really the fun stuff. But that's the adventure.
But I do have to say, when we went out to the cemetery, which if you haven't seen the episode, it takes place in the cemetery, which you see behind us. While we were there, it was kind of a stormy day anyway, but just the feeling.
There was a storm looming. It wasn't raining.
It wasn't.
But it was there was an energy in the air.
It just felt ominous,
It
right?
did. We kept, and this is like coming. We said this in the video, but
This is coming from two guys that have been ghost hunting for years.
we don't get spooked by much, honestly.
No.
Not.
I've been in many graveyards and I don't feel a thing.
No,
I've been in many haunted houses and don't feel a thing.
I don't think I've ever been to a graveyard ever where I felt spooked.
Never.
Until we went to this one.
No.
And I'm not just saying that. Like,
And I wouldn't even say I felt spooked here. It's just there was just ominous, just something different.
A different energy.
Yes, for sure.
So, and we talked about one of our theories for Swooping Man where he was an alien.
Maybe,
right?
yeah.
And he lived for so long. Maybe he's not alive now, or he repaired his spaceship and
he's
took off.
been, because there's been lots of.
Maybe the energy is like radioactive, and we just got dosed really bad. I don't know. Like,
maybe we should take Geiger counters with us next time.
I've always wanted one. Honestly,
A little bit of money.
yeah.
Hey, it'd be fun. You never know. You never know.
But
never know.
We couldn't. We can't explain like what is Swooping Man, right? What could that be? What it's a creature, you know?
I am very confident in saying what Jay saw. He saw what he says he saw.
Yeah. Yes.
And I'm very confident that what that was not something natural. It's not something that he would normally see. Not a buzzard or a chicken hawk or whatever. It was something different.
Well, we were trying to verify, and I know his brother said the same thing, but like, it's too bad this other gentleman had the injury that he did, and we couldn't verify. And that's really what we were trying to do, because we wanted to bring validity to Jay's story, and because he wanted that.
Yeah,
and and that's what we were trying to give him, right? Like a piece of truth that he can go, yes, I didn't dream that up. This is not something that I made up, right? And when you've experienced something that you can't explain, the worst thing that could happen is someone to tell you it's not real.
Well, and it's not that we believed him or we didn't even believe him, but it was the fact of bringing somebody else in that says, yeah, I remember seeing what you saw. You know? And that validity part of it is the most important part, in my opinion.
I think the Swooping Man is a cornerstone of everything that we are on this channel, and
it really is.
I would love to do more of this, and I'm going to always continue to reference Swooping Man and think about him if we encounter similar phenomenon.
Well, so first of all, there's in the beginning of Swooping Man, I said I'm not a cryptologist.
No.
What I was trying to say was cryptozoologist.
Cryptozoologist.
Just to clarify that.
I wouldn't know
the difference. I know the difference. A cryptozoologist
It's
looks
the
at
same
cryptids,
to me.
right?
You can tell me either way. I don't care.
I'm just pointing out that I was just excited and in a hurry that day, and I said the wrong thing.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
But the reason I bring that up is because we may look into more cryptid videos.
Oh.
As we get stories that we think are valid enough to go in and research and go in, shouldn't even say valid enough. If we have enough information on the story to try to track it down and go out and do some research and some field work, we're all about it.
Yeah.
So if you have stories that you want to share about cryptids close enough to us to get to, whether it be Indiana or Illinois or Michigan,
one of the surrounding states,
whatever,
we'll travel.
We're willing to travel, at least to some degree.
Yeah.
We're all about it, and we will investigate whatever we can, right?
Yes.
I mean, this video actually was our best video, I think, in terms of views. So.
Yes. Well, I mean, the subject matter's there, and people are obviously interested in what could be a Mothman-like creature.
So go Swooping Man.
Yeah. The lockup.
Tipton County Jail.
And I would say it's the first time I've been to jail.
Good for you. I've been there before, but I was working there.
Oh, okay.
Different story.
I think back when we were kids, we used to go to the police station to get fingerprinted.
Oh yeah.
Remember that? I don't know if they still do that now, because in case you
ever went missing or whatever, they had your fingerprints on file. Okay.
They used to do that. I don't know if that was a sneaky way to get my fingerprints, but
maybe it was.
I don't know. I'm glad I never got kidnapped. So
they never had to use them, right?
No.
You also never got into crime, so
Yeah, I decided that was not the path for me.
Maybe because they had your fingerprints on file, you knew.
Yeah.
Don't go rob a bank. Don't catch me. Tipton County Jail, though.
Yes.
We had some lovely ladies.
Oh, so sweet, so awesome, very knowledgeable.
Probably my favorite of our hosts. Not to say any of our other hosts were bad, but those two ladies were probably my favorite hosts that we've had.
So gracious and...
their tour was awesome.
Yeah.
And they knew so much, and they gave us so much information
We couldn't-
off camera that we couldn't put in.
We couldn't fit it all in. That's the thing about these. This is just to whet your appetite anyway. If you're interested, like, seek out more information about it. But we're doing the best we can. We're not. I can't make a 3-hour video.
Nah, it's just too long.
No one's gonna watch that. So
But they had at least that much material to
Yeah.
cover,
We-
especially about the town and just the area.
I mean, we probably spent 3 or 4 hours there.
Oh yeah, we were there all afternoon,
And they were so nice and took us through the whole thing, all of the history of that place. And that's the thing is this even the jail was such a staple in that town
yeah.
for years and years.
Well, it was the sheriff's residence and the jail all put in one.
Yes.
You know, and that's a huge thing. And back then it was common, but
It's
I mean,
interesting. Yeah. We come to find out, that's what I never knew. It's like, oh, the sheriff has to live there
Right.
in case something happens. Maybe there's a fire, or someone has to be there, not just guards or whatever.
Right.
But the sheriff actually was responsible for the
and
place.
there were some interesting crimes too that we even brought up when we were talking to the ladies, especially in the basement. We brought up some of the historical crimes
Yes.
and some of the people that were there. That was pretty cool.
It was really cool.
Yeah, if you haven't seen that video, definitely go check that one out. And the drone footage in that one is really cool also.
On this one? Or
on
the
Tipton County Jail.
Yeah.
There's one where you couldn't fly over
that was
jail
the thing.
specifically.
Because it was still registered as a jail.
Yes.
Legally, I could only get so close to it with the drone, and so I was doing the best I could with
And
that.
it's even programmed like you can't even.
Yeah, you.
It won't even let you go over it if
I
it's
couldn't.
not. Yeah. So if you're not a drone pilot, there's little things that you should know about flying drones.
It's not for everybody. Let me just put it that way. You got to know what you're doing.
There's rules for sure.
There are, and but we managed, and it's a cool building, very cool. What I liked best about this was that, first of all, we got to see a lot of the back behind the scenes.
Yes, they took us in through that crawl space.
Yes.
Into the back where we could see where they added onto the building.
Where's this hole like I barely can fit in, and we're like, we're just gonna go back here, and you could play like football back there.
Yeah,
you know,
it's huge space, huge space.
It's like, what is this? In this little tiny door, and they're like, yeah, we keep. This is where they used to keep files and do. Yeah, but there's this tiny door that I have to get through.
Right.
Like, could you make a normal man-sized door, not a gnome door?
Yeah, and then the space, you're right, the space was huge, and then we had to climb up it wasn't even a real staircase. It was like, we put this block here,
Yeah.
it wiggles a little bit, and it's a different size than the next step, so be careful going up.
That is when things got wild, and they were so cool that the fact that they're willing to go
Oh yeah, they
and do
just
that.
popped right in there, and we do this all the time. Then we went to the tower.
Yes.
You remember going to the
Yes,
tower?
absolutely.
So in the tower, we go up into this space that's, I'm calling it the tower. I don't know what we were calling it at the time.
That's what it was.
There was this, you remember the tank that was like the old water tank, right?
Yep.
It was this old wooden thing that they collected the rainwater in. And they would use it for water for the residents and or the jail, whatever. But that was just fascinating to me that they have like this water tank up there,
It just shows the period of time that is a place that has progressed and has been added on, and finally now they wanted a more modern jail, right? So they build it blocks away.
But like you said, they built the new jail. So now what do they do with this building, right? So
Yeah.
that's their quandary right now is, what do they do with this building that's deteriorating?
What do
It's
you
huge.
do with an old jail?
I mean,
What do you do?
It's got to be useful for something, right?
Yeah.
You turn it into apartments. Well, you gotta have people that will rent there. I mean, It takes a lot of money to keep these buildings up and running, let alone
It's set up as
make
a
them
jail,
something new, right?
not as anything else. So they're
Not
trying
as a
to figure it
restaurant
out.
or a workout facility or whatever.
Now, I will say several places that had a jail that they've renovated. One that comes to mind is Bardstown, Kentucky.
Kentucky, yes.
There's an old jail, and I actually stayed there once.
Yes.
In a room that was converted. It was really amazing. So maybe they could turn into like a paintball arena or something.
Ooh,
you know?
that's not a bad idea. We did give them suggestions
Yes.
on how to turn it into a paranormal kind of place because there are stories there that it could be haunted.
Do you think it was haunted?
Well, I don't know. I didn't investigate the place, but I will tell you this: it has
That'd be
a lot
cool
of
to
history there.
investigate it.
It's got a lot of history there. I would investigate it and see.
Maybe we should ask them.
Maybe that's something we should
Would
do.
you be interested in seeing us investigate an old jail like that?
Maybe you're part of a paranormal group that would like us to film you investigating at the Tipton County Jail.
Ooh.
Hey, let us know. Maybe we can make that happen. I don't know. Maybe not, but
We'll flipperoo on that. That's I like
it might be worth a shot. Who knows?
Are we to that yet? Can we talk about that?
We can talk about that, but before we get to that, let's talk about the other paranormal investigation we did with our team at the Crump Theater.
The Crump Theater in Columbus, Indiana. Amazing place. One of my favorite places, I think.
It has a history with us as people anyway, and in our ghost hunting
And
history.
oh my gosh, our dear lady, the new caretaker.
Oh, Jess is fantastic.
She is so awesome. Has really turned around that place. So significant.
But let me tell you, it's not. I mean, she has put a ton of effort into
A lot of
this.
blood, sweat, and tears going into
Hours
that place.
and hours of work. You can tell. When a building sits empty, we know from our ghost hunting stuff, when a building sits empty,
It's bad.
It doesn't take long for it to really deteriorate.
It just takes a couple years, and then it really starts showing. But that being said, oh my goodness! So Jess has put some really good time. There's a lot of volunteers doing a lot of good work. There's a place called in Franklin, Indiana, called the Artcraft
Yes.
Theater.
Yes.
That had a huge revival and a lot of effort put into renovating that place, and that's kind of what I want them to get to. I want to get them to
Right.
a place where the community can enjoy the theater and it's lively,
Well,
vibrant.
you know what it makes me think of? It makes me think of Alan at the Delphi Opera House.
Exactly, because
You
that
know?
is exactly what they did.
Yes.
Delphi, Indiana. That's up north.
Right.
Delphi, Indiana is a really nice little town that has a really cool town square there. And on that is the Delphi Opera House, which
Right.
what our videos over.
We mentioned Alan earlier with the old-timey camera at Indiana State Sanatorium.
Yes.
He owns part of the gallery that's down there in the Opera House.
Which you should check out, by the way. It's
Absolutely.
amazing photography and art.
His photography's awesome, and there's some other artists in there that have some great stuff.
He is so good. He is good.
Oh, very
He
good.
goes around Indiana and takes photography and around the United States. We got to see some of it. His efforts there have been great, and that place is looking very good.
Oh, it's top notch.
Yes. It shows,
Remodeled.
it goes to show you what a community can do, and now it gets to enjoy it for years and years to come, and it still holds on to that history.
And they kept so many pieces of the historical aspects, so many of the historical.
The fire pits.
Yeah, I mean everything.
The
was just so
limelight.
cool. The limelight was awesome. The tiles up top.
Yeah.
The wallpapering that they did. The columns
The
on the balcony part.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
there's so
yeah.
many pieces that they kept. Yet they modernized the whole place to where it's functional in a very functional way.
Yeah.
They can have shows there. They can do all kinds of different stuff.
And now it's a cornerstone of that downtown area
Absolutely.
with
For sure.
lots of opportunities. And look at all the amazing artists that have come in and out of there and have put their name.
Their names on the wall. We
you
even
know,
show names
they're
on the
part
wall.
of the
Yeah.
history of that place. And these are the things that you can't recreate.
No,
It
right.
is there, and if it's lost forever.
We have to save
So you
that.
gotta preserve it.
That's why we wanted the Crump to get back to that.
Yes.
And Jess is doing such a great job
Yes.
getting there. But we did a paranormal investigation there.
Yeah.
I did not expect to have anything happen.
Uh-uh.
We never. Usually we don't.
You don't
have
expect it.
No.
You expect to sit in an old building for long hours.
But right off the bat, I mean,
we're trying to make a video out of it, right?
So, yes, it's hard to do, right? When you have nothing happening.
To be there and then experience something unusual or weird. I don't know if it's paranormal or not, but
well, in the video.
Fun.
So if you haven't seen the video, go watch it. Before I spoil it.
Yes.
Right. Crump Paranormal Investigation Part 1, and I think there's Part 1 and Part 2. I think.
Yeah.
Very early on, we get a voice.
Yes. I mean, we weren't too far in the investigation.
And we had another team in a different part of the building, and they were on camera, so we know it wasn't them that said it.
Yeah.
But they were doing things intentionally trying to trigger activity when we got this. And it's fantastic.
And we got something. I don't know what it was, but we got it.
But like we always do, we went to search to make sure it wasn't somebody got in the building that wasn't supposed to be there.
Yeah.
And when we're searching, there is a second voice. And I just want to point out, as an update to the Crump videos, that second voice was one of us. It was actually Danny, who was on the other side of me. And my mic picked him up saying something.
We weren't sure at the time. I went ahead and put it.
You left it in. We didn't
and I pointed it out on it, like an explained voice or something.
Right. We later figured it out.
But we're explaining it.
Yes, we're explaining it now.
It's like
it was one of us.
Yeah.
But we had a lot of other stuff go on that night, and we had some very interesting things. There's one other thing I want to point out.
Yes.
When we were doing the Estes session, right?
Okay.
I'm in the crying room. You guys are on the stage.
Yep.
And Gina is in the ladies' lounge, and we're doing the Estes session. So they're asking questions. I have the headphones on with the SB7, and at one point, you're asking about Piper, and you said something like, "Can you say Piper's name?"
Yeah.
And I say movie. And why that's interesting, a lot of you guys, nobody would get this if they didn't know this behind the scenes information.
Okay.
In the crying room, which is the room that I'm sitting in, there's a bunch of, I call it paraphernalia, or there's a bunch of stuff on the memorabilia on the wall relating to a movie that was made by a girl named Piper Parks.
Ooh.
So you asked for Piper, and the response was movie.
Okay.
So now you're talking about my Piper, which was there in the group at the time.
I had no idea about this Piper Parks.
Right. Well, Jess had told us about it on the tour.
Yeah.
And I didn't think about it until later, because the Piper Parks ended up investigating with us with the Ghost Group, with the Ghost Brothers. She was with us that night. We were with the Ghost Brothers during the Paranormal Convention.
That's cool.
Which did not get on film. I don't think any of that got on film. But so another girl named Piper was related to that room. So I just thought it was kind of cool that it said movie, and she was the director of that movie that was, had the poster up in the crime room.
That's cool.
It's these little things that you don't really make the connection necessarily right away.
Hey, I'll take it. That's a pretty cool story. It's pretty neat.
Is it paranormal? I have no idea. It's a legit, who knows? But
it's a fun connection.
It is what it is. Yeah, it is. So
the Crump itself is an amazing place, and we've had some weird and strange occurrences.
So, speaking of paranormal investigations.
Yes.
We talked about this earlier because I said we finished off filming 2024 with a bang.
We got a year in, Todd.
We did.
We got a year in.
Yes.
And this was the bookend of 2024.
The video's not out until 2025. It's out by now. They've seen it by now. But the Laurel Hall investigation video was our last filming for 2024.
Yeah.
And it was fantastic.
Oh, it was amazing.
Which, the building itself is unbelievable. If you haven't seen the video, go watch the video.
I'm fully aware we do a terrible job setting up some of this and the place. So Laurel Hall is a historical building within Indianapolis. If you go there,
it's in a gated community.
Yeah.
So it's not just an easy public access place.
Yeah. But it is an event space that you can call and get a tour. You can have weddings there, different events there, and that kind of thing.
It is rentable, yeah.
But they don't let people in typically to just do paranormal investigations or things like that. But it is an amazing building. It has a lot of deep and rich history in Indianapolis.
The building is actually still used as a business location as well. So
Yes.
there are offices there,
Yes.
which is why they don't just allow anybody in there to do paranormal investigations and stuff. Is because it's actually a facility that's being used.
Yep. There was a tragic event. There's a double suicide there. It was a residence and built in 1916. It has some tragedy in the building, which is why there's different kind of energy there. But also that lots of good energy because a lot of great weddings, a lot of different people coming and going into the place. And overall, it's just a magnificent
Oh, it's fantastic.
and amazing place.
It's fantastic.
Looks beautiful. Looks good on the drone footage, you know.
Yes, it looks just as good inside, or if not better.
Driving
inside.
up to it is amazing.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
Coming up the hill, through
Yeah.
the trees, you see it up on the hill.
You got a little creek, a fall creek running right next to you.
Yep.
I mean, it's so cool.
And we had a blast. But the biggest thing about that investigation is we got to partner up with Go Dark Paranormal. And they are an amazing group of people.
You know what? The best thing about them is they are so much like us in how they do things and how they operate. They first want to debunk things. If something's not paranormal, they want to eliminate it, right? So we eliminate everything possible before we come up with, okay, we can't explain it, so now we're left with possibly a paranormal. And they do things our way. They have a ton of equipment, and they really just like to settle into a building and get a feel for the place and investigate it.
David, Michelle, and Rick.
And Rick, yes.
And they're actually from the Columbus area.
Right, which is where the Crump
That's where
is
we met
located.
them at the Crump. So that's their stomping ground. So they were able to come up, and we couldn't have asked a better group
No.
to come and do what we...
Well, you said as soon as right after we met them, you came up to me afterwards. You're like, I think we want to invite them to investigate Laurel Hall with us.
Yeah, we needed a team to go in there with their kind of expertise. And what's funny is like they looked at us like we're the experts.
Right, which we have been ghost hunting for a long time, but...
And you don't grow by doing the same thing
over and over and over.
Yeah.
You have to see other people. You have to learn from other people. You have to share what you do and receive what they do.
Yes.
And that's how you get better.
Yep, exactly.
And that's how we improve the paranormal world overall anyway, right?
Yes, absolutely.
But those guys were awesome. It was a fun time. Now the car in the creek video
That's
is
cool.
coming up.
Yeah.
It was a good shot. Yeah, we were pretty excited about right there.
Yeah.
But back to Laurel Hall with the Go Dark Paranormal people. We wanted to bring them in to see what they experience, right? And try not to give them too much information and just see what they come up with.
You show them what we found?
So we did have a pretty big event happen, in my opinion.
Yeah. Go watch the video. Come back. This is...
If you haven't watched the video, spoiler alert. So we had something get thrown, which is not something that happens every day in the paranormal
Was it
investigating
thrown
world.
or was it...
Kicked? Was it pushed? Was it dropped? We don't know.
Yeah.
What I do know...
Felt like it was thrown.
So it was this right here, which if you can see it, it's a little glass bead, right? And they're not super... I mean, it's kind of like a marble. Maybe half of a marble.
Is this something you would put in like a vase?
Something you put in like a vase
Or
as a decorative kind of thing.
fishbowl or something?
Yeah, maybe a fishbowl. I don't think it's intended for fish bowls, but yeah, hard to get it to focus on that well enough to see it. So as we're walking down the stairs, Ben and myself and Michelle are walking down the stairs. Michelle's in front of us, and we hear this thing on the first floor go across the floor. And you can tell by listening to it, it had momentum.
Yes.
It's not something that dropped and goes boop, boop, boop. It's something that went dook, 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 dook.
Yes.
So it had
it
forward momentum.
It had forward momentum.
And there was no doubt about it. And it even hits a wall, and you can hear it hit a wall and then kind of like spin to a stop.
Yeah.
And so we go down and we searched everywhere.
Yeah.
It took us a long time to find this.
Yes.
And figure out this was it. And then we tested the heck out of it, dropping it, throwing it, tossing it up in the air, doing all kinds to make sure it was this sound. And I am very confident this is what was moving when we caught it.
Yeah. Yeah. There was nothing else. that we could find.
No. We looked everywhere.
And when we tested it, it sounded the same.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So I think the thing about it to me, first of all, I didn't have the Osmo. We have a little Osmo camera that's nice and portable.
Tobin may have had that.
I had a tripod with this camera here. I was like awkwardly trying to get it down the steps because, you know, I was still wanting to record us when we were coming down, but it's on a tripod now. It just happened to be doing that, and I think that Go Dark might have got an audio recording of it.
I got an audio recording of it, and I think Michelle had a camera going.
Okay. I was able to at least get our position. I can't say for sure. I know we accounted for everyone else.
So David was in the basement, all the way on the other end in the saloon. So he was by himself, but he was completely well away from us. And then Rick and Tobin were in the music room, which is on the same floor as where this happened.
Yeah.
But it's like across a long, big room.
Yes.
Right? And so...
Yeah, that was...
and Rick and Tobin was in there with Rick. Now, let me say, Tobin. Let's talk about Tobin for just a second. Because Tobin is one of our great friends that we've been investigating with for years. We've done many projects with Tobin. We've actually wanted him to be on our show with us several times. This was the first time we actually had him.
Yes.
We were able to get his schedule to where he could join us. So he was investigating with Rick. And he's part of Indiana Spy as well. But he had Rick in another part of the building where they could see into where we were, but there's no way that they threw that.
It's a long distance. If you pay attention to the video, you can see the
right.
At least they were together there.
Right. So they would have known if one of them would have done
where
something.
we heard it was in the area that we were, but down on the main floor.
And this is the main staircase area of Laurel Hall, which, by the way, has been a focal point of activity on many of investigations in the past.
And it's interesting that it happened there.
Right there.
Everything seems to happen right there.
Yes.
Now I'm just thinking about that. And that seems to
We've had some other things. You know, I'm in the music room and I've heard steps go through the music room. I've heard steps come up to the music room. I've even seen something near the music room. But most things focus right there.
And where's the heart of the building?
Right there.
Literally right there.
That is the heart of the building, in my opinion. That would have been like the formal entry, right?
Yeah, yeah.
I think that would have been the formal entry.
It's the grand hall. It's where you would come in. That's where the guests would
enter there.
Yeah.
Especially for any kind of parties or anything, which, I mean, historically speaking, the original owner of the house was known for putting on parties.
Yes.
And having
very
events.
extravagant spending and parties. Yes.
Yes. So it was a great investigation. I had a blast with Go Dark Paranormal.
Yeah.
Ready to do more with them in the future.
It wouldn't have been the same without them.
Oh, no.
And we really appreciate their help and their attendance there. It was just a blast.
But then we had night 2.
Yeah.
Where we brought Indiana Spy. We brought the rest of Indiana Spy in.
Yeah.
And Go Dark brought some more of their people in.
Yes.
And we actually reenacted Ben had mentioned there were some suicides there in the past. There's some very sad history. We reenacted the suicides.
We kind of like to do that because to add some energy to the
It's a trigger. We want to see if we can trigger any more activity.
We've had some success in the past. And
we have.
Plus, we like goofing off every now and then.
You got to have fun with this, right? You got to have fun.
Yeah. So I loved it. So what a great way to end 2024. What do we have in store for us?
I don't know for sure, but what I can say is with Dabbling Duo, when we started this thing, we're like, we didn't want to be in just one thing, right?
Yeah.
We wanted to do different things. So I know that I've got a few things that we're working on, maybe a little metal detecting.
Yes.
Maybe a little magnet fishing. Might have another jail or two to visit.
Ooh, yes.
We might have another cryptid story or two to track down.
I'm all for that.
We might go back to the creek and see what we can find with the car.
Hopefully in a boat.
Maybe in a boat. And there might be a treasure story or two that we can try to track down.
Can we get some buried treasure?
We might try.
Pirates. Yes.
If we learn how to do the metal detecting, maybe we can find some treasure. I doubt it, but who knows?
We can always try.
We have all these things in our mind that we want to do, have a list of things that we want to go see. And there's tons more that I haven't even mentioned that Ben has come up with a whole list of things.
Yeah, we got plenty to do, but ultimately, if you have something,
we will raise your opinions or your ideas to the top of the list.
If there's a place you want us to come and see, get into, talk about the historical aspect. It doesn't have to be paranormal or strange or weird, but we love that stuff.
We do, but we'll do anything if it has a good story to it.
We also love helping communities reunite and reinvigorate buildings and the passion that they have for the historical significance of places. We're all about all of that, and because we love history,
folklore, myths, legends.
Yes. It doesn't have to be
stuff.
real. It could just be a story that we can go
try
and
to track
explore.
down and see if it is real or see if where it started.
You know, we like to dabble. Todd.
We do like to dabble.
That's
That's
sort of what we do. So we appreciate you. Thanks for watching this video. Like and subscribe, and ultimately just let us know what you think and tell us what your favorite episode or video was.
I would love to know what people's favorite episodes were in 2024.
I mean,
we don't really have seasons, right? But 2024 was kind of wrapped up.
Give us your top 1 to 3.
What was your favorite episode?
Mine,
as far as episodes, not the actual filming, but the actual episodes.
Swooping Man.
Me too.
It's gotta
Me too.
be.
Swooping Man.
All right.
Yeah, we're right there.
Good job, Todd.
Good job to you, Ben.
Been great. So we'll see you soon.
See ya.